You're going to read this title and say, of course, love is a noun. Of course, it's a person, place, or a thing. And, it's, you have a right to think that. That's what it is. But I feel that we've forgotten that. We started talking about love as a feeling, as something that comes and goes depending on the weather, depending on the mood, depending on the time of day, depending on, whether that person wants to give that, depending on someone else to provide that space for us. But love in itself is a place. Love in itself is a home, a nest, if you will. This stems from me listening to Stevie Wonder, Superwoman. Mary wants to be in yeah, great song. Great, wonderful song. Um, when he transitions into the second part, he says something along the lines of, when the winter came, you went further south, parting from love's nest, leaving me in doubt. And I had to pause because it hit me. And I was like, he snapped. He snapped it. We're like, but he's not just talking about running a relationship or a relationship that went cold. He's showing us what happens when someone leaves the space that love created, when they step out of that home that you built and that love built together, and you're left standing in an empty room. You're left standing wondering if the walls that you all built were ever strong enough to begin with. See, that's the thing. Love as a noun, it gets tricky for us sometimes. It means that it's just not a feeling that blows with the wind. It means that it is something that you can actually be in. It is something that you can actually exist in without any codepending factor. That's what I was looking for. I don't know why my brain just blinked right there, but continuing on, if you're not careful with how you treat love, if you're not careful, you'll start believing that the only way to step into that place is if someone opens that door for you, and you treat another human like your saving grace, like your way into warmth, and you'll end up with disappointment at the fact that they cannot handle that role. Because the truth of the matter is, no human being can sustain being your entire home. Point blank and simple. And why? Because they're human. People will let you down. Why? Because they're human. They get cold too. They get tired. And when they leave for the South, it's gonna hurt. And if your only idea of love is something that someone else has to maintain, you'll be homeless the moment they walk away. And I'm afraid, if you don't snap out of it, you may be homeless your entire life. I think love as a noun, seeing it as a noun, starts within you. It starts within the presence of God. It starts within that stillness. It's the place that you can keep your own soul. It's the place that you can retreat to when the world feels harmful. It's the place that you can run to when no other arms are ready to embrace you. And somehow along the way, we've turned that place into a market. We've turned that place into something that we have to sell, something that has to be advertised, something that we have to something that has to pop in order to be received, something that has to stand out. I feel like that's why Stevie's lyric hits so much to me. That's why it stings. It's not always about heartbreak. It's about vacancy. When someone else steps out of your idea that was so codependent on another person, and the love that you thought you were sharing, and you realize that you were standing in their space, not yours. I think that's what stung about it. See, if love is a noun, that means you can own it. If love is a noun, that means you can be in it right now without having someone to start it for you, without having someone to hand you the keys. It means you can invite people in without fearing that they'll take the whole house when they leave because it's yours. If I make love my own place, my own state of mind, my own state of being, then nobody can evict me from it. Then nobody can kick me out of my own place. People can come and go, seasons can change, but I'll never be left out in the cold. I won't be freezing. Love is a noun, and it's yours before it's anyone else's. Thank you for watching. I gotta start clipping it on to the shirt, man. Honestly, like I gotta do the heart. I have to do the heart. Like